Hey guys, good morning. I just came to do a little Devo situation encouragement thingy, so here we go. So I know it's the middle of the week and it's really easy to just kind of slow that momentum down, but I think the middle of the week is when we should really start to like press in and push ourselves to get through to the end. Because we know that the end of the week is coming, but we kind of just wait for it lazily once we start losing momentum. So, with that being said, I wanted to encourage you guys, to keep pressing toward the mark. Keep keep really persevering and seeking God in any way that you can, because as much as it may seem like the things that God has promised are not visible to you yet, it doesn't mean that they're not coming. Sometimes it just takes like a certain setup or a certain process to get to that point. So last week I was reading First Kings 1, and it was talking about how Solomon became king because David was like old and couldn't regulate temperature anymore. Um, and a lot of the passes between um, kings, like from the king that was leaving to the king that was coming in place, were because of like violence or bloodshed or just like something super dramatic like that. So it was unprecedented that, or not unprecedented, but semi unprecedented that the shift of power in that kingdom was coming out of choice rather than of force. But David decided that it would be risky to like keep keep himself as king, knowing that he didn't know a lot of what was going on around him, like in his kingdom, and he was just getting older and sicker. By the way, side note, um, Solomon is actually the child that David had with Bathsheba. And if you don't know that story, that's tea. Like, there's a lot going on. Um, but basically, Solomon's conception, like, when we read it today, we think of, like, how shameful it could have been to be conceived in, like, a scandal. Um, but God still used that for his glory so that Solomon could become king. And he even prayed to God for wisdom. He was, like, 20ish. He was like kind of like the age that I am now. And he prayed for wisdom. And it was all about God's timing. Like, somebody else wanted to be king. His name is Adonijah. And David followed through on his promise. He said, I said that I was going to do it. So I'm going to make Solomon king. So just know that whatever's going on, if God promised you something, that he will fulfill that promise and he will be a promise keeper for you. Have a good day, guys.